EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. Open man, that's Renfro. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They run with Sanders off the option. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. No gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Play action. It's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Romeo Okwara in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Jackson on 1st down. And his pass incomplete.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Ronald Jones. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. The open man here, Renfro. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. Being chased out left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Out of the gun, Fields. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Jackson. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Jackson on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And Jackson throwing once more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
The Pats at the line ready to go as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 22, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now it's Jackson. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To the sideline, rotates Renfro. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. To throw again is Jackson. Caught out left side by Robinson. Touchdown! Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons will extend their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. It did exactly that.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
114 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Here's Jones. Shifts past him at the 45. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
He'll get that out wide to Waddle.
And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Flush to his right. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
4th down, here's Jackson. Man open is Robinson. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Harris. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Jackson. On the right side, open is Gesicki. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They hand off to their big tight end. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. An option handoff given to Sanders.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add him. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Big hold of the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Falcons, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.